Good day, everybody. I am on much earlier than I normally do. I usually come on at 1:30 right after Ann, but I decided I'm sitting here bored and I'd like to get my live done. So whoever can make it, and whoever doesn't can watch the replay. I started doing something yesterday and I thought it might be something fun that you guys might enjoy. And I'm adding this to my borders book that I started in 2019. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Kathy. So this was a book we were doing borders in where we just did little 1-inch strips and then filled it with a border. And so I decided I wanted to try something else. Since you can see my drop paper, this is what I do when I'm watching somebody else. I'm on the phone, various different things. I just doodle all over it. And then I got to thinking, I'm going to tear my drop paper up at some point, and that I should probably find a way to put them in a journal. So I got the bright idea that I would pull out our border book here that we did all these cool borders in. I even did some along with Mary with her architectural stuff. And we had so much fun. Still haven't colored all of them in, but that's okay. I'll get them colored maybe someday. And we've had a lot of fun playing with different things. Even started doing different alphabets. And I looked up some different alphabets to do. I've done, looks like we were doing some of what I'm kind of going to show you today of doodles in squares, some more borders, and an alphabet. That's a bear I printed off for some reason. We did some creative lettering. This is what we're going to do today. You pick a doodle and then just fill a section in with the same doodle, repeating it over and over. I think it's another Eid celebration. Or is it Eid or Eid? I'm probably saying it incorrectly. I'm sorry. So anyway, I did this yesterday, and then this morning I did this one. So I thought we would do a page together. And I went and I pulled out a book that I picked up at Ollie's, good stuff cheap for $1.99. And it just has some doodles in it that I thought maybe we'd practice doing some together. That is basically the same thing, just repeating shapes. So I'm going to keep that off to the side in case I was right. Okay, I thought I was close. I'm just going to use a regular Bic pen. You can use a Sharpie, whatever you want. So, and then I just pick a point on my page, and then I just divide the page up without lifting my pen. Just keep moving it so it crosses over some of the old lines. And so now I've got all these sections. I can do a different doodle. All right, kind of like this one. I'm going to stick my phone in the book, and I'm just going to fill this up. All right, so the first thing on this one is you want mirrored wavy lines. So put a wavy line down. Doesn't have to be perfect or anything. And then put another wavy line next to it. Skip some room here. Put another wavy line of some sort, and then mirror it. And then do it again. And then maybe we can fit one more in here, just a little curve. Then in between these, it looks like stacked cups. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw the bottom and then give it a top. Draw a bottom, give it a top. It's really close in here. All right, so then if I go zoop, And then do this one this way, this one this way. So it almost looks like stacked teacups. And these are meant to be just little quick doodles, so you don't have to spend a lot of time on it if you don't want to. Just went out and watered my impatiens and my petunias. And I've cleaned the litter boxes for the cats in the main house. I did the out in the bonus room kitty cat boxes the other day. Still need to change the one out on the porch. Yes, 5 litter boxes, but we have 5 cats. And it's real important that you have a litter box for each cat, preferably 2 for each cat, but since we full. Now, I'm going to leave mine just like that, but in the picture they show where they've done every other cup dark. I'm not going to take the time to do that, but you could do this. All right, so I'm just going to open the page randomly. All right. And that's not really a doodle. Let's do this here. All right. See, something bled through there. Not going to worry about it. Just do some wavy lines this time. So we do like this. Just get some wavy lines down on the page. My sisters will be done teaching for the summer shortly. And I think they're going to want to start doing things together if we can manage it. Last summer, we didn't do too good about getting together. Hoping this year we'll manage a few more outings than one. All right. Then everywhere it kind of goes in here, do a shape. Let's do a circle here. So there. And then maybe do this around it like that. So everywhere it kind of goes in, and they've done, looks like squares and triangles. So every other one, like this one, you could do a square shape. And then this one here, you could go back to the circle. So then let's see, on this, it kind of goes in right here. You can get down. Go on. It's okay. Go. No. You can go lay down somewhere else. Bye. Oh, he farted right when he went by. You nasty little cat. Jerk. Gotta love them, I guess. I'm just doing the opposite shape every other one, just because I think it'll look cool. I should have picked a smaller space. This is taking a little bit longer than I wanted to on each one, but it'll be all right. We'll make this work some sort. All right. Then in between what you've drawn, you just fill it in. So, and kind of mimic the lines on the drawing. Then we could start coming in from this side. And typical with big pens, you have to take them. Oh, I should have put a circle right here. And you can put your lines in between as close as you want. If I had a fine tip instead of just the medium tip Bic, I could make, closer lines even. I just thought this would be a way that you could practice some doodles and have them in a book to refer back to. Kind of write in your own book here. Oh, we didn't do anything in this one. I'm going to go ahead and do circles. I'll look at chat here when I'm done filling this one in. They say doing doodles like this is supposed to awaken your brain or rewire your brain. I don't know if I hold too much to that, but it looks cool. Let's see. I'm sure they'll love it all. You're getting lots of rain. They keep telling us, be prepared for strong storms, and then we don't see anything. I'm okay with not getting strong storms, especially with Scott working 40 minutes away right now. I really should be out working in the garden. I want to do it. I just can't find the desire to do it right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I slept a lot yesterday. I think my brain is, I don't know. My brain and heart are struggling. Finding I'm having to take more time to rest just to cope. And that's all right. That does look pretty cool. See, I didn't even get anything started. I'll have to buy plants if I get it going. I really liked what Ann did the other day with the relief pen, or you could use a white crayon, where she did the white crayon or the relief pen and then went over it with watercolor. That looked really cool. I gotta wipe my. That's the thing about the Bic pens. You got to have a piece of paper to wipe the boogers off the tip every once in a while. I've ordered a new cross stitch frame. I got a quick Q-snap frame with 17-inch rails. Lynn told me she has one, and I think hers is like 11-inch rails. But I figured I'd just get the 17 because I have another really big cross stitch I want to do of Mother Earth. That one's going to take me probably years to do. It's Mother Earth with all the creatures and the flora and the fauna all around her, and it's just a beautiful picture. You watered at night. Here we have to be careful because if we water at night, the fungus will get over everything. So I water in the morning before the sun comes up. Plus it gives me a chance to be outside listening to the birds greet the day. I want to plant some more trees in the front yard, trees and bushes for the birds to create shade over the road too. I need to call 811 and get them to come out and mark the front yard where all the different cable lines are, because we've got the new company, Loomis, and then we got Spectrum and AT&T all have wires buried in our yard. And then there's the gas line I got to watch for the heat. And so I need to get them out. I've been just carefully digging sections, clearing the grass, and then really just gently digging holes to plant things that aren't, horrendously deep. It's getting warm. I've been trying to turn the air up when it's just me here. And then when we get ready for bed, we turn it down so we can sleep. It's just too sticky to sleep with it too warm in here. The sheets stick to you and it's awful. It's hard to sleep when it's like that. Haven't checked to see what's coming in the mail today. Maybe I'll leave it as a surprise. I do like having the informed delivery that you can sign up for with the USPS. So you kind of know what's in your mailbox before you go there. I started to write a letter yesterday and then decided against it because I knew I'd never get a response back. So there's that. I am so glad Gregory helped me flip that mattress. It has made a world of difference on how I'm sleeping. Although last night I had a really bad upset stomach. I think it's the Ozempic. It's going, you ate too much. We're going to make you throw up. Luckily, I didn't throw up because I hate throwing up. I know, TMI. That's how that medicine works. But it has helped me get my A1C down. See, I'm thinking you could even come back in with a pencil and shade in just some of the lines to give this more depth even. But I'm going to leave that up to y'all on what you want to do. Aw, thanks, Kathy. Sorry, I'm kind of a downer today. It's just been that kind of week. right, that looks pretty cool. Oh, let's see. What else do we want to do? I'm just going to look through here and see what's in here. All right, let's divide a section up with curved lines. So let's just do a curved line. Watch my ink run out. Right, and then bring a line up part way and put a loop at the top, and bring a line down this way, put a loop at this one, and then we'll bring one this way, put a little loop there. Then thanks, Safia. It's just, I go through these periods of just feeling really emotionally fragile, and I just pull myself back and just get quiet. I think it's a form of PTSD that I struggle with. Never been diagnosed with that, but I've been learning a lot about childhood trauma and how it affects people. That looks pretty cool. Thank you. I'm getting a lot of bing bings here. Let me just take a peek at this real quick. Make sure it's not something I know I need to go. I need to go to. Oh, those are cute. He's gonna love those. That is cute. Thank you, Safia. And then they're telling me there's an order issue. I think that's it. And then I got some likes on a picture I posted, so that's good. I love to go to Ollie's, and they sent a coupon, 15% off your total purchase. And then there's another one on there that you can get up to 20 on the spring and summer stuff. I need to pull that coupon out and look at it. I think Scott would like to go with me if I go to Ollie's, or I'd go over there by myself. I need to go to Tractor Supply. I'm totally out of birdseed, and the Cardinals have been letting me know. They crack me up because they find where I have a window open, and and then they just sit there and they do that, and it's like, I already know that you're out of seed, but for crying out loud, let me watch what I'm watching. Howard's been sticking to me pretty closely. He's my little nursemaid cat. Tippy gets put out with me. Howard's just a sweet boy. He's a carer. All right, so now what can we do in these opposing ones? We got leaves in those. I'd love to do a mandala, but I don't want to do one today. I'd love to do another big one on a canvas. I want to do something. I've been trying to find out how I can put my big shepherd's hook up. Don't they just push into the ground, Teresa? Is it mobility that's giving you trouble? Can someone help you? I have several shepherd's hooks out in the yard, but none of them are durable enough to hold the feeders. They seem to. I have one on one feeder on a shepherd hook, and the squirrels about pull it over every blooming day. I have seen, Kathy, where people have done the bean teepees and then planted a circle of sunflowers around as well. So the sunflowers come up and then the beans go up the sunflowers. Oh, that one's huge. It probably weighs a ton, I bet. Well, let's do something else that's leaf-like in here. Let's just come up out of here. And we'll just do like that. That's what we'll do. Do a big teardrop and then a teardrop on either side. Could almost come up and do another one. All right, that could be one over here. And then, of course, this one needs to go the opposite way. I didn't leave room to do that very well. That's all right. Work with the space you have. Sometimes your ideas come to you too late to get full benefit out of it. I think I might have ink on the back of my hand. Yep, I do. Oh well, it might end up a little messy. Wipe my tip off of it. Doesn't it looks pretty too, where I've seen it done. All right, we need to do another section. Let's do some spirals. Maybe do just a spiral here. Pretend it goes out, comes back around. Maybe do another one here. Have one come out here. You could do these in different colors and they'd look cool too. fill in some of these with just a spiral. Let's see here. I made the white chocolate macadamia nut cookies yesterday. Scott took 4 to work. I told him, I said, you can have them for coffee break and you have enough to share with somebody that might sit down with you. Butterfly ginger sounds cool. I've got that pot. Y'all remember the ditch lily? It's a blackberry lily that I have in the pot. I want to take it out and put it in the yard out front. I'd like to get the front full of flowers and new bushes and plants and trees and stuff. I want to just turn it all into a garden that's mulched well, so I don't have to mow so much. And it'll provide all this wonderful shade. And I've got some ideas in my head for a place to just go out in the yard and sit. I might even make it big enough for a picnic table where I could go out there and draw on nice breezy mornings like we're having today. That was half-hearted swirl there. That looks pretty good, filled in. Maybe put another little swirl in here. I'm going to take a peek in the book again. I kind of like that one. I don't learn the names of them. You know, they got a name for every doodle, the folks that came up with them. But if you didn't want to cheat and look in a book, you could always, just off the top of your head, do some. If an area starts feeling too big or overwhelming, make it smaller. Just draw another line. Just means you have to come up with another doodle. But I just felt like those two were way too big. There goes a dove. A dove's headed to the front yard. So let's do, here they're doing a little shape like that. And then they're doing a shape in here. And then they color this in. Ooh, that sounded like something hit a window. And then they just do those at different angles. So I'm going to repeat that one over and over. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. Oh, that would be cool. My gladiolus that I planted out front, they've come back up. And I'm hoping to get some nice blooms off them. And the daylilies recovered that Scott accidentally mowed off because he assumed it was just stuff that came up out of the bird seed. I think he forgot that I only put out black sunflower seeds. I don't do the mixed seeds because it makes such a mess in the yard because the birds cast off so much on and the squirrels. The squirrels make a wreck of the bird feeders. I keep thinking about having some hummingbird feeders, but you have to really stay on top of those. You can't let the sugar water sour. So you really need to change it out every day. And I refuse to use that red stuff because it's supposed to be really bad for the hummingbirds. So I don't use that stuff. Your swamp lilies are blooming. My irises tried their best to bloom in amongst the blackberry briars. along the garage. I told Scott, I said, what I need to do is just give up on having them there and relocate them to the front yard where I can keep better handle on the blackberries. The blackberries just really like it on that side of the garage, and we like blackberries. So Scott was talking about going down by this neighborhood swimming pool. There's a bunch of blackberries down there in the power line right away. He said, maybe we should go blackberry picking this weekend. Maybe that would lift your spirits. So we might do that. Going berry picking makes me think of my grandmother. Been wishing I could just call her. Y'all ever do that? Just wish you could call and talk to somebody that you've lost. It's really hard when the ones you would like to talk to, well, I'm not going to go into it. Anyway. Oh, it's hard when they're living and they don't communicate anymore, too. All the time. I know. It's hard. It really is. I keep telling Scott he's not allowed to pass before me. Yeah. Oh, that one's going to overlap a little bit, and I'm just not going to worry about it. I wish we had outdoor seating. We have some camp chairs I could use. It's just I can't, once I get in them, it's hard to get my butt back out of them, and it shuts the blood off to my lower legs. You know how they cut right in at the back of your knee? Makes it hard to walk when I know, Teresa. I know. Freaking cancer. I hate it. I hate it. This one's taking a while because I'm coloring in. The coloring in forces you, though, to slow down and slow your thoughts down. It really does make you slow down. Cancer and Alzheimer's. I despise them. Both are horrible ways to die. My grandmother, though, she used to tell me all the time, don't worry about dying. She says, because you're dying the day you are born, you start to die. Your body ages. She said, don't worry about when you're going to die or how you're going to die. Worry about how you live. And I try. I really do. Yeah. It's rough. All right, what are we going to do now? Let's see. I don't want to do anything else that's coloring in. All right. Let's do just some lines down the page. We'll color that. Okay. Then let's do, well, I'm going to do mine in sections. Some triangle-y bits here. And we'll do I'm going to take that one all the way to the bottom. Now, you're saying go every other one and do lines. So we'll do these lines here. And then on the next row, do the opposite. And then do the opposite again. So this one. Kind of have to think so you don't mess up here. Now, instead of doing the lines, you could color in every other one. But for time, I'm trying to do quick ones. This one almost messed up. That looks like I messed up. I'm not going to worry about it. I guess it's just how it lined up. I am doing every other one. I think it's just the way the triangle met with the lines, the first lines. And now those look like all one thing. It's hard to see them as different. Hi, Keeks. Zentangling is fun, and it really does it really does help you when you're struggling on the negative. If you have a book that you can even pull out and just utilize, it's good for your brain. All right. So I like this one, and it's another one where you're doing lines. So let's do it over here. And it looks like they just did a grid of squares. So we'll go this way. And I got a booger thing on the end of the pen again, and it doesn't want to come off. There, now it came off on my finger. I like that neurographic where you have the lines cross and then you do darkening where they meet and all of that. I like to do that too. It's just today I thought, well, I've started this. I could share this with them. So that's why you guys are getting this today. I just wanted to do something that would calm my mind and help me focus on something besides what I was thinking about. All right. And so this one, they're doing in each square, every other one, you do a circle or a diamond shape, which is a square, on corner. So I'm going to start with a circle here. So I only need to show part of it. But then they have the diamond shape go like that. So you start at the top and go to each side and the bottom. And then we'll put a circle in this one. So now this one needs to be the square or diamond. And then a circle. And they don't have to be perfect. All right, so this will be a circle. Let's face it, they're not going to be perfect because each of the squares is at a different angle on mine. So this will be a circle here because we want a diamond underneath the circle. And see, you could do a page like this and then either scan it if you want to keep your original, and then just cut it up and it would make a fun front to a card, and then just add a strip of black across the front with your sentiment on it. Keeks, it's been okay. I'm having a very reflective, not so positive week this week. So I've just been trying to remove myself from chats and stuff because when I'm in that dark space, I'm no good around anybody. I don't want to bring everybody down. So, and I know I have a friend on here. She does the same thing, but she doesn't have to. She knows who she is. I know she's going through a lot though right now. So anyway, that's just what I do. I also feel like I shouldn't bring everybody else down. So I'm trying to do something positive here. Trying. So this will be a circle here, diamond here. Boy, that diamond, it needs help. And this would have been a square here. And put the diamond. All right, so that one did that one. Oh, what's April got? Good finishing up work so I can leave to go to graduation for the boys. Oh my goodness. Everybody's been posting pictures of their graduation of their kids, grandkids, friends' kids. Let's just do some circles, random circles. It's an exciting time of year. Lots of finishes, lots of new beginnings. Okay, now you start at the top, and we're going to do wavy lines down our space. And whenever you run into a circle, lift your pen up and then start on the other side. So let's just take one right down the middle. And then we'll do another one right next to it. I should go out in the yard and just dig in the dirt. Digging in the dirt usually always makes me feel better. I love the way it smells when I'm working in it. Makes me think of my grandmother. She's been on my mind a lot. Swiss cheese. I saw Arby's has their ham sandwich back again. I've missed that. Might talk Scott into going for an Arby's ham sandwich today. Give me a break from cooking. First, I got to look and see if I've got some leftovers of some sort that he could take for lunch tomorrow if we go out to eat tonight. If not, I need to cook. He doesn't have to teach tonight. He did have to go in last night because one of the guys was out of town for the final. This was like a basics safety guidelines course, so it was only like a week for electrical safety. Scott was teaching that. And so that's done, but I think he's got another one coming up in a few weeks. We got the grouting done in the bathroom, finally. And he's talking about the living room, dining room. We might need to find a way to store our dining room furniture or something, because we really need everything out of that room because we have to take up the rest of the hardwood floor that wasn't taken up before. And I told Scott, I said, there's one place I think we're going to have to repair and replace some subflooring that they didn't do, because there's a weak spot right where his desk chair sits. And whenever I stand on it to open the curtains in the morning, I can feel it kind of give under my feet. I said, I'm pretty sure that's a spot that we're going to need to deal with, ourselves. I'm going to turn this because it's kind of awkward for me. But see, then you could come back and add just a little shading, maybe at the bottom of the circles. And it gives it a whole different dimension just by adding a little bit of shading. So I'm trying to think of things I can do on here, that are kind of quick to share, and do some shorter lives, since I can't seem to figure out what's happened with OpenShot, that they've changed things so much that I just can't figure out how you're supposed to add your photos to it, because I can add them, but then I don't know where they went. It's just really strange. It's like they don't give you that window where you would see your pictures in a list that you could pull them down from. So I don't know where they went. I've added them to the project, but they're not on a tract. They're not anywhere that I can see them to choose from them. So I have no clue. They've changed it, and I use Linux. So anybody tries to give me information on some Windows operating type video editing, I can't use that. So doing standalone videos is out of my game at the moment in time. So I can't do those. I was hoping to do some like sew alongs and things like that, but it's just not happening. At least not right now. And you can see when I started to get upset, my line was wider. So I probably shouldn't talk about video editing when I'm doing this. So you could definitely go in and add shading even to the lines if you wanted to. I'm just going to put a little bit at the bottom of my circles like that. Got to clean the tip off of my pen again. And there's a little guy right there. Oh, grounding. That's exactly what it is. It's just, and pulling weeds. Nothing works off anger, upset better than jerking some weeds out and flinging them. I used to fling them to the horses. My horse and the pony, they would come to the fence and they'd just wait for us to be weeding, me and Grandma. I spent a lot of time with my grandma. I don't really have anyone in my life like that right now. Some relationships are irreplaceable. She's been gone since I was 28. I'm 61 now, and I still miss her. But she died when I was 28, but she left this plane of existence long before then. She got where she didn't know who I was when I called. And yeah, that's why my week's been bad, because I think something and then it brings me down. I should be outside digging in the dirt. I've got some black cow in the back of the truck with two bags of black cow and 2 bags of that the cheapest topsoil that you can buy. And what I do is I put them in my big garden wagon and I just mix the two together, and then I amend my soil with that. Or if I'm planting a tree, I'll put that in the bottom of the hole, then put the old dirt back in and then top it off with some more of my mixture. And it really seems to help things grow better. All right, we need to do another one. I really like the concept of the different lines, but I feel like we need to do something with circles. Let's do some teardrops. Fill this up with just teardrops like this, or whatever you want to call them. Water drops, dewdrops. If something starts feeling awkward, just move your page. Some of these make me think of Janet Nash's birds that she makes out of fabric. Did y'all see Janet's little hat needlebook that she made? That turned out really cute. I have a little pin cushion hat pattern that I got in one of those. You know, we used to get those. You buy this binder and then you get the pages and you have to buy for the pages as they come in. It was like a club, but you would buy the page packets. But the first page packets came with a binder. But one time one of those came with an offer and it had a pattern for a hat pin cushion. That was really cute. But no, Janet Nash copied a needle book that was a hat shape that her mother had. So I thought that was so cute. And it had space for you to put a thimble. That was really neat. All right, so now in between the drops, put circles of all different sizes. So just come in and put a circle, maybe some smaller circles, and just fill the holes, maybe some large ones, small ones. And you just fill it in until it's all filled in. This pen is starting to get a lot of, I think this sketchbook that I got at the thrift store has a lot of loose fiber to it, the paper, and so that pulls off with the nib of the pen. I didn't see anybody else live that's normally live today. So I might start coming on at 10:30 on Wednesdays instead of 1:30, and then try to get off before Ann comes on at 12:30. That way I am not trying to do this when I need to be meal prepping and that kind of thing. So then I'll just keep filling this up. Yeah, she does a video, I think, on Tuesdays, and then she has her live on Monday morning. But she does a standalone video. Oh, and Flo had a video within that video. Flo is her fairy. And the little mouse has returned from her travels. I think it's a mouse. Yep, flip through Friday too. Yep. I love it when she shares one of her old journals. I don't have a ton of journals because I'm not real good about finishing them. I have a lot of partial journals, like this one. I'm probably wiping ink all over my face. Oh my goodness. And they're wanting us to use sunscreen. I haven't found one that doesn't feel like it's burning me. So I guess I'll need to just start wearing complete covering because I just don't use sunscreen. I know that's bad, but maybe not. I don't go out in the sun a whole lot. I'm usually out before the sun is totally up because it's just too hot here to be out once it's way up in the sky. I'm putting some bigger circles in just to fill the spots. It's really easy to get into a rhythm of putting all the same size circles, but the different circles. I bought the material I need to make a real wide brimmed hat. So maybe I need to make that. I made that bucket hat and it would work. It doesn't cover a lot of my neck, but I could wear a wet towel around my neck. That really does help. Put a damp towel around your neck too. And my son has this thing he puts around his neck. It's got a fan on either end and it kind of blows on him. Hi, Janet. Oh goodness, it's almost 11:46. I'm probably not going to get this page filled. Maybe I'll start another one and I'll finish the circles around the raindrops because that's all I'm going to do on that one. So it all looks like that right there. Here, I'm just going to do some little star shapes like this just to fill this spot up. So we're having a doodle day and Becky's griping a bit. That one was easy. There's so much more you can do with just shading. Let's go bloop, bloop, bloop. Then we'll do another one here. Do like a rainbow 3 times. And then we'll add some, I don't know, spiky little things. And we'll do another one over here. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do the little spiky things. Maybe we'll do some circles. 1, 2, 3. And then start going around. Well, it's not horrible. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do just kind of fill it up with the shape. And then you could fill in that background with just some lines. These remind me of saw blades for some reason. Let's see, I need to bring these down. Fill that in. I think Greg wears his at work because he works in a warehouse, and you know they don't air condition the warehouses. And the air conditioner in his car is broken. He's got a new air compressor thing for his car. It's sitting in a box. He said he's going to put it in this weekend. Then he'll have to get somebody at a garage to get the Freon set because the machine he bought, it doesn't have enough pull to pull it down to where it needs to be, you know, to get enough air out of the system for it to work properly. So, but I'm going to stay out of it because he's a grown man. He'll figure it out. I need to uncross my legs. Probably need to get up and move around too. It's not good to sit always. At least wiggle my toes. My nurse practitioner is going to fuss at me because she told me to start working and building some muscle. But it's hard to do when you're being negative. Let's see. I've probably missed some spots that need lines, but I can always come back and fix it up. So there we go. That looks pretty cool. So this is just a way to collect all your stuff in one spot if you want to. All right, let's just do some circles or ovals. Should have got more space in between them, but I'm not going to worry about it. That one's not a very good oval. All right, I'm going to draw some lines to the edge. So these look like pipes. And we'll come down. My lines aren't straight, and I don't care. It'll still look like pipes. Oh, your break's over. Bye, Keeks. I remember those days of short breaks. Then you can add shading to that as well if you wanted, or add things to your background. I think I'm just going to put a swirl in the top of each one. Ooh, that had a big old booger on it. Let's see if we can get that off of there. That is the drawback of big pens. They get boogery noses. When you put a swirl in the top of them, then it makes it look like this is a roll of something. Could be a roll of fabric, could be just a roll of paper. You could decorate the side of each one with a different design. But for right now, I'm just going to do this and call it good. You could color each of the sides of them, the part that comes down. You could color them each a different color. How many more spots? We have just the one spot left to do. Oh, let me see. We all live in a yellow submarine. Well, we'll do some spirals. Then we'll add to those. Oh, bring that around. All right. So now we could go and do petals. Most of the time I focus on putting 5 petals on them, but looks like we're getting 4 petals on these. And I think I've been spending too much time on the internet lately. Then you can do some other designs in the background if you wanted to. I think I'm going to do just some lines out with some. All right. So again, I'm going to show you the things I've done on these other pages, but that just gives you some ideas. But feel free to fill some pages up with different doodles. Let's see. It's hard to get it all the way in. That's not too bad. I do need to finish filling all that in with my circles. And then this is the one I did earlier this morning on my own. And this is like the idea I was telling you right here, where you can make it look like rolls of different things. That's what I did there. And then here I just put stripes on them. I seem to like to do that, where it looks like either rolls or reams of paper or something, or material. And then I did a whole row of men's ties. I don't know. Oh, migraines are no fun. Party hats. That's how those started out. And then the other page that I did yesterday is this one with just basic, just doodly bits. All right. So these are the ones we did together. So I'll put it back over here. And I hope you guys will give it a try. And I've been on for almost an hour and a half, and that's plenty. Take a break, and then I'll come back and fill my circles up. And I will talk to you guys in the next video, probably next Monday. All right. Bye, guys.